Hey guys, what's happening? It's that time again. We're doing some total chaos. This time it is for Sweet 16. I'm Allie Burns. This is Nick Earle from Earle Sports Bets. I'm from Picks and Parlays, obviously. I feel that's important to mention. How's it going, Nick? You ready for this?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to defend my belt here in something I didn't look into at all until that day. So
Well,
this will be fun.
I'm going to chalk that up to beginner's luck, and hopefully I can take you down on this one. All right. So people at home, we're only doing the 4 games that happen on Saturday, March the 27th. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going over here. Nick is the champ. He took down Chip Chirimbus last week in College Hoops Total Chaos. That was a first. It was a big deal. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, Nick. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, well.
nothing to say to that. Oh well, ho hum.
So let's just take shots in the dark and hope I get them right again. So.
Oh, all right. So you're going to start off because you are the champ. We're going to start with Oregon State at Loyola-Chicago. Our number is 125. What do you got?
Well, my number is 134.9. So I have a way over on this one. I feel like this line is entirely too low. The last 5 games, Loyola-Chicago is averaging 71 points per game, and Oregon State's averaging 75 points per game. So these guys are scoring decent clip so far. Their defense has been playing really well lately. Loyola-Chicago only letting up 56.2 and then 67.4 for Oregon State in the last 5. So I feel like this is going to be an over. I think 125 is just a little bit too low.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that because I also took this game over. It is low, and I get why, because my Loyola-Chicago numbers come out below that number, but Oregon State numbers are so much higher. And State has just really kind of played with a vengeance and a fury. Not that Chicago hasn't, but I expected this out of Chicago. And I think Oregon State's kind of like playing from behind with that like nitty gritty something to prove. So I think they'll dominate the game a bit more. And I went over on this one too. So, okay, we agreed on something. I feel like that's the only one we're going to agree on though. So up next, we've got Villanova against Baylor. It's 141.5. What did I do? Oh, shoot, I lost my paper. Okay, I went over on this one. This was the hardest game for me out of all of them. I get that Villanova is less. Like my numbers for Nova are around 135-ish in their last 5 games. But the 5 before that, it's at a 148, all right? My numbers for Baylor are like 157 to a 149. All of these numbers are over. And I also think that Baylor dominates this game. So I'm going to roll with it over. I think if Villanova wants to win, they're going to have to keep up with Baylor's scoring. So I'm taking it over. What do you got?
I'm looking at the under. My numbers for Villanova the last 5 games are around 132, which is pretty low. And then for Baylor, it's around 146. So it's a little higher. My number that I end up getting around was 139.5, which is just 2 points below the total. So I think it's going to be a slightly under game, but it's going to be one of those you're going to sweat to the very last second.
Well, hell, I hate doing that. Sorry, I'm trying to get our score on real quick. 1, 2, 5. Okay.
Well, all right. Well, sweating to the last second, that's just called playing totals. That's just the way it is in general. So
right. That's very true. Totals are not easy. I have a lot of luck with totals, though. I will say that. I don't want to say I'm super good at them, but I do have a lot of luck with totals. But yeah, it ain't easy. Okay, so you're going to roll this one along. Oral Roberts at Arkansas, super high total, 158.5. What are you going to do with it?
You're correct. That is a very super high total. And I have my number at 147. My numbers for Oral Roberts were around 150-ish. My numbers for Arkansas was around 147-ish. So both these teams are under that total. And this is a really, really high total. Now, the only thing with unders that I really, really got to worry about sometimes is overtime, which I don't think this is going overtime. It's an 11-point spread. So it's not really something you have to worry about. So I like the under in this match. I feel like Arkansas does take care of business here, and this is the end of the Cinderella run for Oral Roberts. But I think this game goes under. I can I would probably say this is probably like a 71-60 type of game along those lines.
I'm actually with you on this one. I took this under also. And it was this was a tricky one for me too, because I've got Earle in the last 5 at 157. And when I do my last 5s, I take out the dance. Like I do my numbers before the dance because I want to know their last 5 in conference, in the conference tournament, and then their last 5 that they played regular season. So that's kind of how I do my stats. And I've got them at a 157 for Earle and a 156 for Arkansas. It's like it's so close. And I know this number is really big for a reason, but I'm not buying it. I'm not chomping at that bit. So I'm going to roll under on this one as well. That's where I'm going there. So
I think it's good. Yep. And I feel like it's going to be very unfortunate for a lot of people when Arkansas wins this game because they can no longer make the joke of saying, "Oh, I like Earle this weekend."
Look, so, here's your brother. Here's your brother. He likes Earle. Who doesn't?
So there's Detroit Lenny.
There it is. Detroit Lenny. Who doesn't like him? How can you not? That's just it. So the last one, Syracuse, your family's team, Houston, the school I went to. What do you got here?
I've got the under as well. Looking at Syracuse, they've averaged 75 points per game in the last 5. But the thing is, with this Syracuse team, I feel like a lot of it has been the shooting of Buddy Boeheim. He is a hell of a shooter, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if that continues into this game. I think Syracuse definitely has a shot to pull off this upset, but I feel like Buddy Boeheim's going to shoot just a little bit lower on his percentages there, and I feel like this game is going to be a lower scoring, defensive, kind of like what you see with that Syracuse 2-3 zone, where they're a very talented defense. So they've only allowed 65 points the last 5 games, and Houston's defense has only allowed 59.2 points per game the last 5 games. So these are two very good defensive teams, and I think we're going to see a low-scoring defensive battle for this one, probably one of those 65-62 type of games. So give me probably the orange plus, I think it's 6 right now, and then the under for this game as well.
I love Syracuse first half. I've been riding that bet for the last 5 games here, and I've cashed it. And I know Houston is super good first half also, but I think there's a big conference difference between the AAC and the ACC. So
there's a huge difference between playing North Carolina and East Carolina. Just saying that now.
Yeah, well, at least you're one to talk, right? Although your East Carolina did beat my Houston. I can attest to that.
That was our March Madness of the year. Correct.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a good game. I took this one over. It was hard for me to do because I agree with everything that you said. But at the end of the day, I just have to go off my numbers, and none of them are under a 140. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I get what you're saying. It's all about that defense. But Houston's a great shooting team. Syracuse is a great shooting team. I mean, they're going to shoot the ball. I think that's what's going to happen. But I get what you're saying. I want to be an under, but I can't because I just have to listen to my numbers and I have to go over because that's what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, my number says 139.3, so this is super, super close to the total, barely under. So, but I do like the defense of these two teams, and I think Houston may be a little bit overrated heading into this March Madness. They should have lost to Rutgers. I'm just being honest there, but that was frustrating. I had Rutgers plus 8.5. I had them plus 315.
That's why they should have lost. That's why they should have lost, because you bet on them. Okay, I see now.
Oh, yeah. Plus, they're leading for how long? And they got Houston had that run at the end? Okay. But
I like Syracuse.
Rutgers dominated that game. You know that.
Yeah, well, they didn't win it, though, and that's kind of
No, they didn't. It's unfortunate.
And then that's how you get to the next round. I don't make the rules, Nick. It's just how it works, okay?
Yeah, but that was a scare for them, so.
It was. I think you're right. I don't think Houston is as good as everyone thinks they are. Their conference has a whole lot to do with that. And so, I mean, I love go Cougs, but if I'm picking a side here, I'm picking Cuse. Yeah, if I'm putting money on anything, I'm putting it on Cuse. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that, on the side, not the total. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. I do want to remind anyone at home, we have a promo code this week at picksandparlays.net. It's sweet and it saves you 20% off the entire site. So definitely check that out if you're rolling in. We got Sweet 16 for 2 days, and then we got the Elite 8 for 2 days. So it's a big 4 days of college hoops that are coming your way. And if you want to find more of Nick's content, you can check out Nick over at Earle Sports Bets, ESB, and find them on YouTube as well. They do daily pods. He goes over the whole, well, you tell him, what do you do at Earle Sports Bets?
Right now, my brother is doing Counter-Strike slates every night and NBA every morning, and I'm doing college basketball up until the national championship, obviously, and then hockey every single day, breaking down every single game on that, full game slates like that. And then in less than a week, we get some Major League Baseball. So we're going to be very excited for that. I believe both me and my brother are going to be on those videos together. So you're going to get both of us on baseball videos. So we are definitely looking forward to MLB season. It's going to be a fun season.
Yes. Do you want to do it on opening day? We'll do it the day, what is it, March 31st? We'll do it the day before opening day.
Bet. Let's do it.
All right.
We'll get all the aces.
I like it a lot. Excuse me. Let me just burp like so rude. Okay, so we're going to recap it. Oregon State game. We did agree. And when we agree, those tend to be the consensus plays, tend to be the most valuable ones. So fingers crossed. We both have our thinking caps on today. Or at least fingers crossed that I do and you don't, because I want to win. So 125, we are both taking this one over. It's a crown. It's not a belt. It's a crown.
No, I'm defending my belt. I'm calling it a belt.
Wear my tiara, because I will. In that Baylor game, 141.5 is the number. I'm going to go over it. Nick's going to go under it, but I am going to say this is like my least favorite of my picks. Okay, so I'm just
we disagreed on the two closest ones for me as well.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's not easy, this total business. It's not easy. We did, however, agree that the Oral Roberts Arkansas game is going under. I just thought of an oral and under joke. I mean, come on, it's right there for us. Under the 158.5. I know I'm going to get fired for sure. Syracuse 140.5. I like this one to go over, and Nick is going to take it under. So there we have it. I don't know what LGM means, but
it means let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. All right, let's do that. We need a belt that changes hands for sure. I actually got an array of crowns that I was like gonna, like Burger King crowns, that I was gonna decorate and then send them out to the cappers in their respective states. So like if it was your turn to wear the crown, that you could, but I have my own tiara, and if you want a crown, you can find your own. That's how I feel about it.
Oh, by the way, Detroit Lenny did call me out in the chat the other day. So when I defend my belt here, I want to take a shot at him next time.
Okay. Detroit. Oh, for hockey?
He said college basketball. He wanted a shot at it.
Lenny, you in? I think Lenny would totally
either hockey or college basketball. But I'm gonna when I defend my belt here, then I'm going to go on and face him.
All right, I like it. Maybe we could do that on the Morning Wood show too. That would be fun. Tap in Tuesday, total chaos. It could be good stuff right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, give us the thumbs up. We need your likes to keep us rolling along with all this free content that we provide every single day, usually like 5 times a day. So it's a lot of work we do, and all we ask is for thumbs up. That's it. It's not that hard. All right. Thanks, Nick, for coming on the show. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think it's going to be good. I'm feeling confident. I'm nervously confident. Yeah. Cautiously optimistic, if you will.
There you go.
Yes. All right, guys. Don't forget, check out Nick Earle over at Earle Sports Bets. That's where you can find him. And here, let me pop it up one more time. And all of his content and pods, full slates of games. You can find me at Plus Money Honey over on Twitter. And don't forget, if you're at picksandparlays.net, use the promo code SWEET, and it saves you 20% off the entire site. All right, guys. Till next time. Have a good one. Good luck, Nick.
You as well.